everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name's Rhonda, better known as Hotmess Momma MD. So on today's video, it is another edition of Dupe'n the Dupe. Dupe'n a dupe. Dupe'n dupe. Dupe. I know. A little ridiculous. Is it a dupe? Let's find out. But bear with me, guys. I was playing around and I heard that this Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette is a potential dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette. I don't have that palette, but I thought I'd dig a little bit deeper because I do have the dupe for it, which is the Bad Habit Artistry palette. So we're going to find out whether or not this is a dupe for this dupe. So if you're interested to find out whether or not this is a dupe for the $12 Bad Habit palette, make sure to stay tuned. By the way, take a guess which is which. Which side is the Wet n Wild? Which side is potentially the Bad Habit? What is it? What is it? Find out. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit that like button down below if you do enjoy this series, as well as if you are new to my channel, I do upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to see more of my content as well as this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time that I upload a video. So without further ado, let's find out if this is a dupe. This $4.99 palette is a dupe for this $12 palette. Okay, so either next week or later in this week, you guys are going to see a video I filmed with just testing out these two palettes, and you're going to hear about it. In the video, I talk about how this one came busted, or one of them came busted. But anyways, that video has Not a Basic Peach and the one that we are using today, which is the Comfort Zone. And I actually have done a review on the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation as well. Again, that will be up either later in the week or you will see it next week. But today we are going to talk about, again, these palettes right here. The Comfort Zone palette by Wet n Wild and the Artistry palette by Bad Habit. Now, right off the bat, if you haven't seen Is It a Dupe or Just a Waste of Money, I actually was not able to do a video on this particular palette because I do not own the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette. But I will tell you guys, from what you guys have told me and what others have said, this is a exact dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette. Now, honestly, I truly believe that it probably is, just because I have done other dupe videos using the Bad Habit palettes, and they have been like an exact dupe for those. Okay, so one thing right off the bat that you are going to notice that is a difference between these palettes is the Artistry palette from Bad Habits does have 12 shades in it, where right here with the Wet n Wild palette there is only 10 shades. You're getting 2 additional shades in the Bad Habit palette. Okay, so the Bad Habit palette does retail for $12 from shophush.com or ShopHush app. Now, as always, I'm not sponsored or affiliated or anything like that. Now, the Wet n Wild palette does retail for $4.99. You can pick that up at wetnwild.com or Kroger's, Walgreens, places like that. Now Ulta's actually selling them. I will tell you guys, I was so bummed out. They're only $4.99, but I actually got a $1 off coupon at Walgreens. So you can actually use that coupon and get these for $3.99. So let's go ahead and get into the swatches. Right off the bat, the Artistry palette is going to be on the bottom and the Wet n Wild is going to be on top. And like I told you guys, this one has 12 shades. This one only has 10 shades, so there's going to be 2 additional shades. And I will probably maybe go ahead and swatch them. I don't know. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you guys can see the swatches. Okay, so here is all of the swatches that I was able to try and, you know, come up with similarities. Now, I will tell you, on the bottom, again, is all of the Bad Habit ones. On top is the Wet n Wild. Now, the blue shade in the Wet n Wild, okay? You see that blue shade? It is actually a duochrome. It's actually a duochrome, like who knew? So I was a little surprised that not as many swatched similar as I had expected. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the shades a little bit more. Alright, so I'm really glad that I started off with swatching the actual palettes first. I will tell you guys, I thought a lot, like more of these shades were going to match the Artistry palette. I really did. So with swatching, I know which shades I'm going to be able to work with and things like that, which ones I need to not work with. I was actually I had planned on using the blue shade in both of these palettes, and you know, just by looking at them, I honestly thought that, I mean, granted with the light hitting, but I thought they were going to be a little bit more similar. So to swatch it and see that it's actually a duochrome, then that's now noted, and I'm not going to be using that one. But I think that there is a couple other ones that are close enough in matching that I may be able to pull off a look that looks pretty similar. So let's go ahead. I'll zoom you guys back in, and we'll go ahead and get started with that. As always, one side will be with the Bad Habit palette. The other side will be with the Wet n Wild palette. And I will be using the exact same brushes, however, cleaning them off in between. I have already primed my lids. I did use my Maybelline Age Rewind concealer, and I went ahead and set the concealer using my e.l.f. HD powder. So let's go ahead, zoom you guys in, and get started. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but we're a little off. We're a lot off. I'm going to try and kind of mix a little bit more of like this burgundy shade in there to see if maybe I can try and get it to match the Bad Habit side. But I just wanted to make you guys aware of the situation here of, you know, this shade looks like it's going to be like that burgundy purple. Okay, well, it's not really showing like that, but it is supposed to match this shade, which of course in the swatches it was off a bit, but didn't realize it was going to be that much. I mean, I built it up a lot more than I did the other side, so hence the struggle. So this is going to come back to like the Beauty Glaze palette, where I started having to dip back in and try and create a color that just wasn't there. And as you guys can see, it's a little bit kind of, I don't know if my camera is picking it up, it's like a little bit on the patchy side. Now, of course, I'm not a makeup artist, so it could totally be my blending skills, you know, kind of thing, or even the brushes I am using. But as you guys can see, even though, you know, for the most part, they're pretty pigmented, I'm not really able to pull off the look that I am trying to pull off. So, you know, there's that. That's a little bit on the frustrating side. So I'm going to see what I can maneuver over here on the Artistry side and see if I can get it to match this side. I don't know. This is not the way I had it planned in my head, guys. It was not supposed to do that. So I'm going to go over here and mix Frida and Siren and see if I can come up with the look that I have with the Wet n Wild side. Whoo, goodness. Just really darken that up. Okay guys, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna hop off, I'm gonna do my liner and my lashes, and I will be right back so we can talk about whether or not this dupe is a dupe of the dupe or not. Sound like a cat in a hat. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my liner and my lashes. Before we get into like the thoughts and all that good stuff, do want to mention I do have a video that I did pre-film a while back, and that is the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. That will be coming, as well as a little tutorial type of thing, and I don't know, I guess maybe it was a first impression, I can't remember, to be honest with you guys, on these two palettes, the one I used today as well as the Not a Basic Peach palette. I will tell you guys, when I filmed that video, I didn't think these were the worst palettes ever. I think that, you know, they worked pretty well, and some of the shades were fairly pigmented, so that video will be coming up either this week or next week, along with the Wet n Wild Cushion Foundation. Another little thing I want to touch on is the fact that I do have a giveaway going on right now to win 6 of the Bad Habit palettes. Now, this palette is not included in the giveaway, but I will try and link that video that you guys need to watch for the giveaway up above, or I will at least have it in the description box below for you guys. Make sure that you go, you watch that video. All you have to do is like the video, leave a little comment down below, as well as be subscribed to my channel, and the giveaway ends on April 16th of 2018. Oh, so much going on, guys. I'm like so proud of myself. I have sticky notes going, so I make sure to talk about that for you guys, as well as I probably will be doing like little bonus videos just reminding you guys about the giveaway and things like that. You can only enter one time, but the nice thing about it is you don't have to like go over to my Instagram or my Twitter or my Facebook fan page or anything like that. All you have to do is watch the video, like the video, comment down below, as well as be subscribed to my channel. So it's an easy peasy lemon squeezy type of giveaway. It's my first one ever, so please bear with me. I'm sure I will mess something up along the way. I don't know, but fingers crossed I don't. Okay, as far as my liner and my lashes, I do want to touch on real quick, and you guys will see this video coming up. It's called it's my haul, that of things that I've either been, you know, the things that I've purchased and stuff like that. However, I did include this item right here. This is the Pure On Point liner. I did receive this complimentary from Pure Cosmetics and Octoly, and my first impression of it was very, very good. I did enjoy it. I liked it, and found that it's fairly pigmented, but that was my first impression. The more I have been using this product and things like that, I will tell you guys that I do like the fact that it is very pigmented, even if you go with a light hand, and if you go in heavy-handed, it is a very nice rich black. Mine is in the shade Heartless, I believe it's called, and yes, it is in the shade Heartless. The one thing I will tell you guys, it's really innovative. If you need to sharpen it, you just twist, 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 and it automatically sharpens. The one thing I will tell you guys, and I kind of feel like I'm wasting it, is I can't handle a pointy eyeliner. Just because like my eyes get so sensitive that it just starts to irritate my eyes if it's too sensitive. So I always like, you know, wipe it or rub it a lot on my hand or on a rag or something like that, so I can get that like doll look to it. And if I do it with like on the tight line with the doll part, it's great. But I will tell you guys, if it's pointed, it irritates my eyes so much. Another thing is, this is not one of those liners that lasts on your tight line or waterline a long time, and that's something that honestly I didn't like about it, because I want my liner to last a while. One that lasts a long time for me personally is the Urban Decay 24/7 in Perversion. I love that black liner. It is one of my favorites, as well as the Smashbox has one. Absolutely wonderful. I received that one in my Ipsy bag, I believe, and honestly Unique has one called Perfect that lasts a long time, and I believe that one's waterproofed as well, and that one lasts really long on my tight line and waterline and things like that, and I don't have an issue with it. Now, I'm not saying this is a bad liner, but for me personally, I want my tight line and my waterline liner to last, and this one doesn't. Now, if I'm only putting it up on my lid, that lasts a good time, or a long time, and I like it. But anyways, that's not what this video is about, but I did want to mention it because it is going to be listed down below in my description box, and I don't want you guys to think, oh, Rhonda's using it, she must love it, and things like that, and you go and purchase it and be like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. So that's just something to be mindful of. Last announcement that I do have for you guys, and I thought I had it all, but I didn't and I forgot, is I have now partnered with FabFitFun. I actually have a box on its way the end of March, so you guys will be seeing my first unboxing of FabFitFun. I'm so excited about it. I will make sure to leave the link down below for you guys, as well as if you use the code BLOOM10, you will get $10 off your box or your first box of FabFitFun. So I'm so excited about it. I see it everywhere. Jen Loves Reviews actually does an unboxing, and I'm like, ooh, I want me one of those. So anyways, I now actually get a little kickback if you guys join FabFitFun and use my code BLOOM10. I get a kickback. Ah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Now I'm done chit-chatting. Let's get into, I think I'm delaying the inevitable. It's one of those things. I hate to talk negative about things, and so I just find 100 other things to talk about, you know? Okay. So like I said, I was told this is supposed to be a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mario palette. Now, I originally had picked up this Nude Awakening palette and was like, oh yeah, maybe that's that. Well, then when I started like actually remembering to look at the Artistry palette, I'm like, oh girl, this is not a dupe at all, the Nude Awakening. Like, what are you thinking? But then I remembered, girl, you have the palette. So as you guys saw, I started swatching them, and some of the shades are similar, some are not. As you guys saw as I was doing the whole look and everything, that even though they may look pretty similar, let's do it side by side. Even though they may look similar in the palette, they are not similar when either A, you swatch them, or 2, you are applying them. So as I said, this is a dupe in the dupe. Would I say this is a dupe right here for the Artistry palette? No. Let me tell you another thing that I noticed as far as these shadows went. Now, some of these shadows in here, they look like, you know, yes, they're going to be a good dupe for the Artistry palette, but I will tell you, the Artistry palette had a lot of shades in there that are like a satin type, and these were more of a matte. So that is another thing you have to think about. And see a future video that I filmed probably about a month ago using these two palettes, and I didn't think that they were bad palettes, but when you put this palette up against the Bad Habit palette, the Bad Habit palette wins hands down. I like the formula better. I felt like it blended out better. I'm one of those people that I've taught myself now to just go in light-handed and just keep building to the shade that I want, because it's much easier to build up your eyeshadow than it is to just sit there for 10 hours and blend and blend and blend and blend. And sometimes you take the chance of kind of potentially muddying up those shadows. So, you know, like I said, we kind of ran into an issue like we did with the Beauty Glaze palette up against the Jaclyn Hill palette, that you think you're coming out with one shade, and then whoop bam boom, it turns into something completely different. And then you play the game of, oh gosh, now I gotta at least match my lids because I'm gonna go throughout the day with these eyeshadows. So let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. We're like 10 minutes in and I forgot to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now and talk about how it applied and things like that. Okay, so here's the final look that I created. Again, this was the Wet n Wild side for $4.99. This was the Bad Habit Artistry side that retails for $12. Now, if you guys look on, I mean, I don't know if my camera actually picks it up, but if you guys really look at the Wet n Wild side compared to the Bad Habit size, I really felt like the Wet n Wild side was a little bit more patchy and a drier formula. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys out and we'll just finish this whole video because I know I've been rambling for a bit. Okay, so like I said, I felt like the Wet n Wild formula was a bit drier and a bit patchier, and you know, as far as the kick up goes, both palettes have kick up, and as I've told you guys before, kick up doesn't matter to me. I mean, some of the best palettes have kick up. But overall, I think that this is a decent palette. It is definitely by no means the worst palette, but when you are comparing it to a Bad Habit palette that is, you know, just not that much more, probably, you know, double in price kind of thing. This is 12 bucks, so this is $5. You know, I would say honestly, if you are looking for this kind of quality, do not spend your $5 in tax on this palette. Just go ahead and purchase this palette. But you know, if you're not looking for the bad habit type of formula, then you'd be fine with this one. But overall, out of this Dupe'n the Dupe video, is this one a dupe for the Artistry palette? No, absolutely not. I prefer the Bad Habit palette over the Wet n Wild one. Now, hey guys, just doing a final check-in of the night. It is about 9 o'clock at night, and as you can see, both sides held up very, very well. So just wanted to offer you guys a little check-in so you guys could see how both of them wore throughout the day. So as you can see, longevity is there for both palettes. Alright, so that's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below, as well as if you'd like to see more of my content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell next to it. And again, don't forget, I am doing a giveaway where you can receive 6 brand new Shop Hush Bad Habit palettes. So make sure to check out that video, like, comment, and subscribe so you can be entered into that giveaway that is running until April 16th. So anyways, as always, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, and blessed day. Kisses from Kentucky. Bye. My voice is cracking.